everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Reborn. So this is actually going to be a pretty chillax episode. But anyways, I'm starting right here around the Grand Staircase. So, starting off for this episode, I wanted to mention that you can now buy Link Stones over at this guy. It's a bit pricey, but if you have like a Swirlex or a Spritzy, you can now evolve those. And that could be pretty good. But if you remember last episode, we didn't explore the underground area beneath the Grand Staircase because I said I wanted to wait until we got Rock Smash. And well, now we have it, so it's time to explore. We're actually going to be doing a lot of exploring this episode, as well as a lot of story as well. So over here, if you smash this rock right there, and go up here, there should be a hiker. And he will give you the mining kit. So, mining is pretty simple. You can get things like heart scales and evolution stones, actually. So I'll just kind of show you. If you play Diamond, Pearl, Platinum for the Nintendo DS, then you kind of know how this works, right? It's literally exactly the same. There should be also a mod that lets you continue to mine even after the crack at the top goes all the way across, but it costs you money to do so. I'm not going to use that. I've had some bad experiences with that. It usually lags my game pretty hard and makes me fear that it's going to crash. So there you go. I'm not going to be mining a lot of these things because I don't want to have items that somebody else might not have potentially. But this isn't everything we're going to do. So I'm going to back out here and we're going to explore some more. There was actually there should be something over here. Okay, there is a Solrock right over here. Should be a red shard right there. That's interesting. Alright, so this Solrock is actually a 50-50 encounter. This could be a Solrock, this could be a Lunatone. And the reason I had to go back and check is normally this Solrock should appear elsewhere in here, but I guess not. So anyways, this should be the only Solrock in your game if Solrock pops up here, or if it's Lunatone, then it's the only Lunatone in your game, and the others should appear elsewhere later on in the game. So I would recommend that you catch it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll be right back as soon as I catch it. I'm back. So that Solrock was pretty freaking annoying. Again, you can find an amplified rock right down there. Basically what they do is they're like the terrain extenders from the Gen 7 games. Except it lasts forever. So again, we are going to move on. And if you run out of Pokeballs, which I just did, which is why I'm kind of thinking about this right now, you want to make sure that you have Pokeballs while you're down here in case you encounter a Dunsparce, because again, you need that to trade to somebody so you can complete the Pokedex. And I didn't get this actually. Weird. But now I believe we're going to be taking the fourth path. The fourth route down, and there should be another guard spec right there. So something I probably didn't mention earlier, but last episode I believe I said that you should catch a Graveler or a Sandshrew down here that knows either Magnitude or Bulldoze. This one has both, but you only need one. And this is going to be why. Rare candy right there. But if you come inside here, this will say the crystals glitter with fissures. So I'm actually going to want to put my Graveler in the front of my party here. And I'm going to want to get a battle. This works out. So I'm going to Bulldoze, which should break up the cave. You should see it break up the cave inside the battle. I'm going to Bulldoze again. That isn't really important. I just wanted to knock that out. And voila, this place changed. There's a lot of areas like this, and that was another field readout, which was basically for the cave itself. But again, there's a lot of areas like this in game where you need specific moves that would change the battlefield in the battle to actually change the terrain outside of it. So after that, I believe we're pretty good. This is the spot right here, between these two Rock Smash Rocks. Is actually the spot where you would find the Solrock or Lunatone normally. I'm not sure why it was there. Why it was at the other spot, but it just wasn't. And there's another ability capsule, so you should have enough ability capsules that you can actually fully switch between a Pokemon, most Pokemon's abilities completely. And again, I think we're pretty much done for the Grand Staircase. There's nothing else down here to really explore. Or, anyways. So, from here, if you come down here, there's actually a few more trainers, new trainers on the bridge. It's not really that big of a deal, so I'm just going to take them out pretty quickly and I'll talk to you in a second. We're back. I dealt with all three of the trainers, the new trainers that are here. So, go up there and one down here, and we're gonna go to the Grand Hall. It's time we check on the reserve poison gym leader, according to the story. In reality, it's more like it's time for us to deal with Fern again, and I did not heal up. Bad. So I actually want to put my Infernape in the front here. Is that how I want to do it? Yeah, that's how I want to do it. Let's save in case anything stupid happens, and we're gonna talk to Fern. Ame is going to run off. Fern's going to try to run off, and then he's going to battle us. His team hasn't really changed that much. He's got a Rhyhorn now. I'm just going to close combat and take it down. If you have a Fire Hydrant target, this is very, very easy. Now he's going to send out his Dartrix, and I believe I just fought her off my Slowpoke right here. I actually get an Incinerate off because I have a Quick Claw. And as you can see, his Dartrix is holding a Lumberry, so statusing that thing might not be the best idea. Doesn't really matter. Should take it out with one hit. Now he's going to send out his Roselia. This Roselia is newly evolved, and I believe it has Hidden Power, Fire, and Sensory. There it goes. It's also holding the Leftovers, which you should see in just a second. Yep. Still dead. I believe Fern's supposed to have a couple of ice creams this time. Not really sure. His final is Croagunk. This one has Moxie still. This really gets intimidated at some point though. He switches over. But that doesn't really matter because it's gone. And there we go. So he basically insults us a little bit more like usual and then tells us where Cain's at. Because Cain has the Land. You already know that. You've been reading the text. I haven't. So anyways, I'm going to meet you at the Barrel Gym where we're going to go find Cain. Do a bit of exploring. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Here we are at the Barrel Gym, and I think we're going to do some exploring first. So I'm going to put some repels up. Also, I didn't mention this, but when I bought the repels, I also bought a Chesto Berry that's going to come in handy. Here. Heck am I? Right here. Yeah, I spent a lot buying these, but as you can see, previously there was this cave up here, blocked off by a couple of Rock Smash Rocks. You can now get inside here. I actually need Flash to really explore this place, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways, which may be a little bit annoying. I also need to be, not to burn out my repels. Maybe not. So it might be a little bit difficult to follow where I'm going. Don't think there's a whole lot on. It's on the second floor where we're at now. Is where you'll find the good stuff. So over here you should actually see a pin. It's kind of closed off. And that's completely fine because let's see. The rock incense, and right here is an open pin with a lever in it. So if we go over here, we can find a Nidorina. And this is actually Corey's Nidorina. So if you talk to it, which I'm going to save first because it could have any ability, but if you talk to it, it will recognize the silver ring that we took from Jim, and it will want to come with us. So I'm actually going to want a soft reset for this. We're back and we found it, which is pretty good. So now we can kind of move on, or at least I can. This is going to be a future team move, so that's why it was that important that I actually got that ability. It's not going to be used just quite yet, but in the future you'll kind of see. It should be an invisible green shard right there. Another shard there, and no, this is not a good time. So this is one of the events that you can actually encounter here. Only when it's windy you will see a bunch of Nuzleaf and Shiftry. The Shiftry is level 55. You're gonna have to beat that Shiftry if you want to get a Nuzleaf, and I don't recommend attempting it. Reason being is you can kind of light the forest on fire. However, that Shiftry has Hurricane, and with the wind up, I don't believe Hurricane will actually miss. Which that would destroy most of my team. So that's not going to work out here. So instead, we're actually going to make a change of weather to sunny for a different event. That will be here instead. I believe we also might need to change the time. Should be daytime, so I need to change the weather. Change the time second. That's unfortunate. And if we go in and out to reset this, you will find a Tropius here. This Tropius will come with you if you have Pokesnacks. No fight required. TM for Safeguard is right there. And I believe there's this totem pole here, and you can probably tell what most of the Pokemon on there are. Natu, Golett, Baltoy, Elgyem, and if you interact with this totem pole while having an ill-fated doll in your inventory, you'll encounter one of these. I believe it's set in stone which one you'll actually encounter. You can get all of these later, and you can get an ill-fated doll later as well, so if you want to come back here and actually get them here, you can. It's not really that big of a deal. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the cave and the clearing, so I'll be right back. We're going to finally go meet up with Cain. We're back. We found Cain here at the Barrel Ward Cemetery. We're gonna talk to him, and of course he's going to challenge us to a battle. That's just kind of the normal thing you do around here. So the first Pokemon he's gonna send out is his Breon. I believe that's how you say it. And ow, why would you do that? Sorry about that. But anyways, the Breon should have the wide limbs. Here we are outside that Lapis Ward gym, and we're gonna go to Shelly's room, enter another cutscene, and she's once again going to storm off, and everybody is going to follow her. Kind of annoying. And if we go down this way, once again there's another cutscene where she gets taken away by the good dog. Not a lot to say here. Those two will run back to the Lapis Ward. We'll come up here and we'll talk to them, and they will decide they actually don't want to let this happen and they want to go save her. Good reason, obviously. And here we go. So before we actually go in, there is a battle that comes up straight away. And if you need to prepare for it at all, like heal up from or anything, then I highly recommend you do it right now. So in we go. There we go. The first Orderly is very easy to take out. Starts with the Why Not, which is perfect setup fodder. So here's the point where we're actually going to team up with Shelly right here. So as you can guess, there's a lot of double battles coming our way. So I'm just going to be cutting those out just for the sake of this video and making it a lot shorter. So there are 2 double battles up here. I'll talk to you when I take care of them. So anyways, after you take out the second double battle, they will lock you out from going further, and we are forced to go back to the ground floor. So you may or may not have to talk to her, But regardless, down here is, you guessed it, another double battle and the panel that will let us go further. So I will talk to you after I take this out. It's taken care of. So the panel is indeed back here. We'll turn that off. We'll also get the data chip. The data chip you can actually take back to the Onyx trainer school. And on the upper floor there should be a computer that you inject it into, and you can get a Porygon from that. Not the only place you can get a Porygon, but the earliest. So again, there's another set of double battle trainers in here. You don't have to take them on now, but I just want to get them out of the way. This is pretty much out of the way. We will come back to that room a bit later, but for now we want to go back upstairs and press on. So again, you can't do anything up here. You can talk to Noel. I don't know if you're required to or not, but there is yet again another double battle, so I will talk to you after I take care of this one as well. Once you take care of these two, they will move out of the way and we can open up all this. That does absolutely nothing except free Noel here. So you want to talk to him, he will go back downstairs. Also, you can actually get this Paralyze Heal. It's a bit ironic. If you've been following the story, then you know somebody was hiding that Paralyze Heal down there just to kind of keep themselves safe. So now we will release Charlotte. And we will move on to yet another double battle. So I'll talk to you as soon as I take care of it. This should be the last one, I think. Alrighty, so they're taken care of. If you move forward, that little cutscene will happen. And you don't actually have to activate this if you're curious. It'll just free this kid, and he does not want to come out. So it's kind of just there for aesthetics. But anyways, now we have to go all the way back up to the top floor. Sorry, I think my voice just cracked. I believe... Okay, you don't actually have to go up and talk to them. Thought you did. But instead, now we can go this way, where I took out that double set. And this is the office. You can turn off the final lock. Leave that way. And now we can go back. So this is a bit anticlimactic because there is no final battle up here. And you flee from there as well. They tell you to meet them near the train tracks, which is under the Opal Ward Bridge, so I'm actually going to meet you guys there. Probably recognize where I'm at fairly enough. We are in the lower Peridot ward, and if we move over here, we will encounter Anna. And there's a little bit of a cutscene here. We smash that rock and everybody moves forward. See another cutscene, and we can finally move forward again. I believe this is where they tell you to go to the abandoned power plant and get the power turned on. So, again, I believe there's some items over here for us to collect as well. There's like a red shard. There should be a dull key over here as well. That dull key is for yet another set of events, but we're a bit under-leveled to be taking that on. I mean, I could probably find a way to do that, but I would rather be reasonable here. So anyways, we're gonna head to that abandoned power plant and see what's going on there. Way over here to the right of Barrel Bridge is the abandoned power plant. We're actually not gonna deal with that right now though. Since we have Rock Smash, we can go in here, which is Citrine Mountain. And I'm gonna start by getting my repels up. There's a few neat Pokemon you can actually find in here. You can find level 30 Woobats, which could be good for the upcoming fighting gym. There's an ability capsule right down there. And I don't think there's anything down this way. We don't have strength, so we can't actually go that way. I'm gonna burn through these repels so freaking fast as well, which could be annoying. There's some Show Salt, and that's not really useful, but hey, I'll take it. We're, of course, just raiding this place before we actually take on the gym. The big prize, which should be down here. is a field readout on the short circuit field, which is basically the field that we will be fighting the next gym leader on. So kind of keep that in mind. Again, you can look this stuff on the wiki, up on the wiki if you want. So you don't really, there's no need for you to actually get the field readouts, unless you're being a completionist. And I think that's most everything. Yeah, that looks to be it. So finally, down here at the bottom, there should be another melt ice. There's this Smoochum being terrorized by that Bear Arctic. The Bear Arctic is level 75. So again, this is an event that we kind of want to come back to later, but we don't want to touch it now. We definitely don't want to bother with this now. I mean, there are ways. You could status it. I'm sure that would work, but I would just rather not do that. There are a lot of high-level events, and you can kind of status them, you can kind of cheese them, but the issue for me is that you get so much experience from it, and that experience just goes to waste due to our current level limits. So anyways, down this way, I don't believe down this way, you will find a Croagunk. This is Corey's Croagunk. Again, if you have the silver ring, it will come with you. I don't really want it, but hey, it's an easy Croagunk. I don't have to bother getting it later. And that should be it for the mountain. I don't think there's anything else in here. You could use this as like a decent training spot if you needed to, say, grind for the upcoming gym leader, but we're not going to do that. So here is Shade's gym, and you can kind of see that Shade is literally right there. You can talk to Ame right here if you want some advice. It's not really necessary. There are no gym trainers, and only a little bit of a puzzle is unlocking these 4 doors with these panels here. And you will see some sort of horrible... You will see some sort of horrible event as you unlock them on the screens in front of you. Also, there is a room to the left of here, or to the right if you're on the other side. You can't get in there, you won't be able to get in there for a long time. But just a little spoiler alert, that room is where you would evolve Pokemon like Nosepass, Magneton, anything that needs like the electronic field. So if you have those Pokemon, kind of keep that in mind, and kind of keep it in mind that you won't be able to get them for a long time. So that's all 4 locks taken care of. And Shade is right here. It might be a little bit difficult to see him. I'm just going to reorder my party. I believe I want to put my Meowstic in front. And I think that's everything. So I'm just going to save in case anything bad happens at all. Alright, so before we actually battle Corey, I just want to talk about his field, which is the short circuit field. If you use discharge on it, it will actually light up and turn into a factory field, and if you use discharge again, it'll turn back into a short circuit field. But the gist of the short circuit field is Ghost type moves are much stronger, Electric type moves are much stronger. And that's pretty much the Ghost, the short circuit field in a nutshell. He starts off with his Jingar named Corey, really dark. It has Hypnosis and Dream Eater and is holding the Wildlands. I've rarely seen it go that route, but that can be really annoying. I'm just gonna fodder off my Meowstic right here. I really need to have dual screens up, and now I'm going to start setting up with my Ariados. Hopefully I don't get a special defense drop here. Doesn't matter if it happens on the second Shadow Ball, but it really matters for the first. I could risk it and go for a third, where it stands right here. I would rather not. all sorts of bad luck could happen here. So now he's going to send out his Rotom, again, another annoying Pokemon. It's going to have Pain Split, Confuse Ray, as well as Hold the Leftovers. I'm going to use my Shadow Sneak right there. It's powered up by the darkness, so that's really nice, and no, you are not learning Pit Missile. And finally, out comes his Duelé. Because I have Reflect Up, unless he gets a crit with Shadow Claw, he cannot KO me. And I cannot KO it. I have yet to KO it. So usually Shade heals. He uses a Hyper Potion right here. So this is my opportunity to get my third Sword Stance up. And now I should knock his Duelé out. So now he's going to send out the Net. And Net doesn't really have anything that annoying. It has Destiny Bond, so if it gets that off, it could annoy you and take something out. That's about it. And now he sends out his Delmise. Delmise is holding the Lumberry, so you don't want to bother stassing this. And his Delmise has the ability Steelworker, as all Delmise do. And that ability has a peculiar effect here. Basically, it means all the Delmise's moves are going to be given the Electric type and boosted for that. So if you get hit with an Anchor Shot, it's gonna hurt a lot, because that's like double stab almost, as well as double boosted by the field. Wow, I actually lived that. Okay. I'm gonna get some chip damage on his Mimikyu. Or just knock it out. That's weird, because I normally don't live that last hit. But Ariados just swept him. And that's good, because this is my Ariados' last battle. We're going to be keeping Ariados around, but it's going to be kind of as a fodder Pokemon to take hits and whatnot. And that is Shade. And we will see one last final cutscene where everyone finds out that they did not want the power on after all, and they get taken away. And that's going to be it for this part. Hopefully you guys liked it. Hopefully it helps you out if you're up against Shade. Ariados put in some serious freaking work here. It really did. It's a shame, but we're going to be saying goodbye to it. Or rather, it's just going to be in the back of our party. We're going to be replacing it with the Nidorina. So anyways, I'll see you guys later.